exceptional player. And thanks to that top lane being so brutal, they crushed Westrice really, really hard. He did not have a good time there. And this is a strat that worked very well for them last time when they ran that strategy against Dignitas, and they won that second game very easily. But with TSM doing the lane switch, that Alistar Vayne pretty much just crushed her.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, the problem is when you have a melee as your lane against that. Well, if you walk into melee against Alistar, you're probably going to die in that case, and that's going to be really, really harsh. So once again, guys, that card up there. Follow and like MLG on Twitter and Facebook. If you want to get into League of Legends, if you are just a viewer and not a player, LeagueofLegends.com as well. Hit that one up. It's a free game. You should play it. If you're not a League of Legends player yet, you should be. Join the millions who are already playing this second.
Season 2 coming up big. Get your team
creative. And guys, also, if you want to upvote the threads on Reddit in gaming and our League of Legends, get those to the top there. Last I checked, we were only number 10 in gaming. That's not okay. Number 1 it needs to be. Let's beat the rest of these games here. Let's be the big deal. Let's get more people watching this. Of course, the thousands who are already there in person and online. Thank you, of course, so much. But always more, always more.
So if I wanted to say, hey, Freak, I have a question on Twitter, how would I ask you?
Well, you would say, hey, @RiotFreak, what's up, dog? Now, I have the same question, though. Rivington, how can I spam you with tweets?
@Rivington3rd, and that's 3RD at the end.
Indeed, indeed. So, bam, and when our names come out there, it'll be pretty easy to put the @Riot in front and and then the THE3RD for you.
Yeah.
That's going to be us. And looks like the teams are ready. Once the official says go, I'll start. He's damned in. We do have the spectators in there. And it's going to be a tasty, tasty game because the Champion Select has started for Game 6 of EPIK vs. TSM. It's going to be quite awesome.
You can see Saucy, and Westrice on the end there.
In order from our right to left.
Indeed.
Champion Select going on through. I hear music in the background. It is EPIK and it is time.
I see what you did there. No pun intended. Tristana being banned out of this one, and Akali. All right, two we have seen quite a bit here. Chaos having quite a good Tristana.
I'm surprised at the Trist ban though, because they actually won last time that TSM ran Trist. They actually won that lane. They had some missteps the last time. So the one game that TSM won was because KX played exceptionally and actually dominated that lane really hard. But that was the lack of sustain in that lane.
Right. I think it was with a Janna.
Yeah. They had a Janna and they got kind of pushed around. Yeah. However, EPIK has first pick here, so TSM can't do that. They can't force that sort of non-sustained lane.
Right.
They're out of bans. They have to leave Akali and Graves and stuff if they do that. So I feel like EPIK are misstepping by banning out Trist here because there's other great choices available. But we're seeing the same bans over and over again. Akali and Graves out by TSM against EPIK. Tristana and Zillion kicked out by EPIK.
We'll have to see what the game is. I think everybody's become kind of accustomed to Reginald's LeBlanc, so we may see that Soraka ban again for the Karthus to be used. We'll have to see. She was used in the first few games, and then after that, it was nay to the no. Nobody wanted to see it.
Wow,
that
one
been
banned.
Focused at Reginald as well, and we'll have to see. They will have first pick on EPIK's side, so will they ban their own Yorick?
Yeah, back at you guys.
No, there's the Soraka.
So identical bans last, I think actually both games. And EPIK, they're going to take the Karthus.
Very nice.
I expected that last time.
Into their favor. What can they rebuttal with in mid? They could still do the Rise pick.
They could LeBlanc. LeBlanc's a great counter pick to Karthus here. I hope Saucy has an MR page. He should. He had it when he played Swain. So, but I think Reginald's like, guys, we should LeBlanc. I think they use LeBlanc as a counter to Karthus. And that could very much be the case here. Now, will they pick Sona in addition? Yes, that will be a Sona. No, they're actually going to do the Yorick again. If I were EPIK here, I would get Vayne, because Yorick Vayne was terribly annoying last time.
Westrice does not mind playing that Vayne either. We've seen him play some amazing games with Vayne over the past few days. He always has himself in an amazing position. Even if his team is quite far out of position, he makes sure he can tumble, ult if you have to, and disappear for a second, come back into the fight when nobody is worried about you.
Oh,
so that's an amazing job there. They are going to pick, that looks like they are not going to pick the AD yet. They're going to go for the support from Nya, get that support into their favor. And again, Saucy felt confident with that cannon. People seem to like it as well.
Yeah, well, they said, well, look, that's what the first Alistar click was for. Is like, well, we want that grab. And it's like, no. Actually, they can't really go alley because they have Stone, and they're not likely to pick that. So the problem is Vayne is still in that lineup, and yeah, they're saying, well, look, if we have this Karthus, Karthus is awesome against Vayne, and actually, this actually makes a lot of sense. So let's think about it this way.
Little
If they
AoEs.
already, well, yeah, the AoEs, of course, absolutely. That's a great stack right there. Vladimir, also an excellent choice. But I was going to say, you know, with Karthus in there, you already want to condemn Karthus, and it's Vlad.
That's an awesome pick.
Vlad.
Because if Vlad could do a lot of damage after getting his ulti on with a Karthus ulti primed on that, that's 2 huge bursts.
That's going to hurt a lot.
2
You're
huge
absolutely
bursts.
right. And they can probably push through York on that one. Even York, who's super tanky, they can totally make that one happen.
Wow. Great picks there.
Absolutely.
It's very, very bursty. They have Westrice to throw down his ultimate and give even more AP to his surrounding teammates and attack damage. So that's huge right there for them. Very nice picks on EPIK's side. TSM, you know, they're going for their regular here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and throw Chaos on Ezreal, actually.
They've been a fan of him for a while, so they're doing it. Kax does love playing Ezreal. One of the few dedicated Ezreal players here in this tournament. I don't think at all saw Westrice do it. And again, for the 5th in a row, Jungle Maokai being grabbed. And they're doing Heimerdinger. The crowd's cheering for Heimerdinger, which means that Karthus actually is going to be, that's going to be Dyrus. They've done this before. They've done the Karthus Dyrus. The solo top Riven, again, is going to be in that lineup. And I guess because there's no Maokai, they feel safe doing that. So they're running that Heimer comp. EPIK, please, just win this game. I want to see a game 7, but Heimerdinger, you got to see the Heimerdinger. And this is great because it's the lineup that you don't see any other team in the world run. You know, everyone kind of forgot about Vlad, everyone forgot about Heimer, but as Eminem said, you know, they forgot about Dre, and that was a bad idea. So nickname of Heimer is now Dre.
The Rise pick. All right.
Yeah, Rise again for Reginald. Actually, it's a great choice, too. He's going to have a good lane against Heimer. Q's coming away with the starts if he wants. He's going to have actually pretty low sustain on this team as well. And, if you get to root in place that Karthus, that's a pretty good thing there. Rooting up the Riven exceptionally strong as well. Ooh. And it is LeBlanc! It is LeBlanc! Oh man, it is LeBlanc. So TSM going to run the LeBlanc as a counter pick to a Heimerdinger. And or the Karthus. This could be really, really entertaining. So we're going to have Karthus, Taric, bot lane most likely. Jungle Riven is the case. All right, so Westrice playing Jungle Riven. I was like, where's Riven going to go in this case? Oh, right, Jungler. And then Dan is also going to take the solos. So you can see here, feast your eyes on those lineups. That's going to be a killer set of lineups here. This is going to be really interesting. A lot of off-the-wall picks, a lot of oddball champion selections. And do you have any predictions for this lineup before we head to commercial?
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see, Vladimir, Salsi, and the Dyrus ulti come out. I want to see how much initial damage that does, and it's going to be big if they can make it happen early. And we're going to see that all happen just after this quick commercial break.
All right, Anna, do you like horses?
I love horses.
Oh, shit.
She wasn't here earlier.
Do you know that they don't have souls? Have you looked into the eye?
Anna, when did you start
the
liking
eye of a horse? The blood.
I'm a total
horse.
War field stabilized. Ready to invade. We gotta move.
Welcome back to MLG Providence. We have your championship match going on right now. Sunday, the final day and final stop of the MLG circuit this year in 2011. Riot Freak and myself here, Rivington III, to bring you some of the best matches we have had this year for the League of Legends esports circuit in general.
Absolutely true, and it's coming down to this. There are at most 2 maps left. EPIK needs to win this game and the one after it, if they win, of course, in order to take this title. But it's Team Solo Mid who have now won 4 straight maps right now, and that's just them playing so incredibly phenomenally. They've got a Jungle Maokai in there again. They're doing an excellent job in this series, and they came back from a 2-1 deficit. They lost the winner bracket finals to EPIK, going 2-1 like that. Great play by EPIK right then, but TSM firing back, winning 2 maps in a row, and now they're up 3-2 in this best of 7. You keep those records, you keep the record from yesterday, you push it forward into this series, and TSM are playing just phenomenally, and they are just one game away from winning the entire tournament.
Yeah, really for them to come out of that lower bracket with so much heart and so much force, coming out with 2-0 games, playing very well for themselves, and just able to really come out on top of this one. As we said before, that Reflex was most likely practicing against EPIK today. Hopefully they got some good practice in, but it seems like TSM just wants it that much more. How much do you want it from the crowd, guys? This League of Legends match about to go underway. How are you feeling?
All right, guys.
You see the splash screen. We're about to be into this one. Freak, let's see who wants more, the other team to win, or EPIK?
Yeah,
or
let's do it.
TSM?
So as we hit this final load screen, guys, EPIK, we did this cheer before, but let's do it again. At home online, if you want EPIK to take this game over, let me hear you guys cheer for EPIK Gamer. And for the Solo Mid fans out there, the guy with the banner, the guys at home, the guys on YouTube, I know they've been running that profile forever. If you want Solo Mid to take this one over at home, online, wherever you are here, let me hear you cheer. There we go for TSM.
Very strong force
Wow,
behind
already the
each team
aggression.
here. Each team has their fans and respective cheers. And we're going to hear that a lot throughout these team fights as we have all weekend long. The League of Legends community so ramped up and pumped. We love the rowdiness. Keep it up, guys. Everybody watching at home, huge thanks to you. Awesome stream numbers all weekend. And as we said, don't forget to upvote those Reddit threads in gaming and the League of Legends subreddit. Let's put that League of Legends on the top. Here we go for your final game. Possibly if TSM can come through this with a win.
Yep, and again, the lane switch here. You see KX and Special heading up towards the top lane. And they really want to deny that Vladimir this time around. It's not Riven. Vlad, his range has the slightly lower code on his Q early ranks now.
Good
Gonna
sustain.
heal himself a little bit. Yeah, going to sustain as he levels up. As long as he's not zoned, he'll be able to make it in there. Dan's going to walk over and see, hey, you've been trying to take my wolves, or my wraiths rather. I don't like that. And Dan's going to drop that turret down and take 2 pack for himself. I like that. Good play there. He's going to try to take over mid again.
So that'll be good, especially because he cleared that camp. It's going to respawn with all 4 as Riven goes around to the small ones now, or not Riven, rather, as the jungler goes around to all the small
Riven.
ones. Yep. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's a switch up this time around. And I believe it's the only team that's actually been playing Riven this tournament.
Yeah, Westrice pulling that out on the first day of practices kind of gave me a surprise because I have not seen a high-level Riven played. So he is doing very well for that. And I figured that build would be tanky, but he goes mostly for damage right off the bat. Goes tanky for himself in the rune page and mastery. So we can see quickly those missiles doing a lot of damage, and coming out of the jungle goes for the stun.